Women's Health and Wellbeing are really proud to be partnering with Birth Trauma Australia and some of our local medical professionals to pilot a program in 2 locations, both Warrnambool and Geelong, to provide peer-to-peer support for people who have experienced trauma during childbirth. This is a really important program because there is nothing like it currently available in Victoria or within our region. There is a gap around supporting people who have suffered trauma during birth, and we want to be able to provide the support that hasn't existed previously. This program is important to the community because there's really long-lasting impacts for people who suffer trauma during childbirth. It can have impacts on them bonding with their child, on their mental and physical health and well-being, and that's a gap that we'd really like to help to close. 1 in 3 people describe their birthing experience as being traumatic, and so there is a real need to provide support for people who have experienced that kind of trauma. Local health professionals in the Warrnambool area had actually realised that there was a gap and the acute need for support for people who have experienced birth trauma. And we're so proud at Women's Health and Wellbeing Barwon South West that our local health professionals reached out to us when they saw a need and when they saw an opportunity to make a difference. And so they asked us if we would partner with them to be able to deliver this to our community. And we're so excited to work with our local health professionals, the facilitators that we've recruited, and also Birth Trauma Australia to deliver something so unique and meaningful to our community.
So when we talk about birth trauma or a traumatic birth, what we're referring to is both physical and psychological impacts. So physical impacts can include damage to your pelvic floor, postpartum hemorrhage, leading to hysterectomy potentially, perineal tears, bladder or nerve damage. Psychological can include depression, anxiety, kind of having intrusive thoughts, feeling like a lack of attachment or difficulty attaching to your baby. So the program we'll be offering is a 6-week peer-to-peer support program designed by Birth Trauma Australia and designed by people with lived experience of birth trauma, and it will be led by, there's 3 trained peer facilitators, and it covers topics such as what birth trauma is, how that might manifest, self-care and coping, impacts on family and friends, what will support healing and recovery from lived experience but also from research. We look at kind of like linking in with wider community services and building those connections and pathways. This pilot program specifically for our region is for women that have experienced birth trauma, and they can define that themselves, or it can be defined by a healthcare provider that have given birth within the last 2 years. The program's important because it is almost like a hidden kind of epidemic in our community, the injuries that can happen from birth that can be quite chronic and quite hidden, and that women live with in silence for a long time. But it's really good to give language to that and education to that as well, so women can feel seen and validated in those experiences and get support and help that they need. Just gives space and importance and keeping the mother in view, and that their experience is, it is important, because we know that as a community, if we support our mothers, then we support our families. So our families, other children, maybe, the babies, certainly of the mothers that we're providing support to, their partners, their extended family, but also the community as a whole benefit when we support mothers.
We absolutely centre women in our work, and this program actually provides a really unique and targeted opportunity to make a genuine difference towards women's health and wellbeing that otherwise would not be there. This program is an absolute first of its kind in Victoria, and we're so proud to be able to bring it to our region in both Warrnambool and Geelong, and we hope that it enables women to be happy and healthy, bond well with the children that they have, and go on to have a really productive and happy life, both physically and mentally.